Hi, my name is Emerald Simmons, and I am doing a presentation on technology trends in higher education. I'm utilizing the 2020 Horizon Report, Teaching and Learning Edition, and what we're going to do is discuss three different technology trends or technologies that are on the rise in higher education. The first one is artificial intelligence. We're seeing artificial intelligence make its way into learning management systems, student information systems, and there are also these chatbot services, these chatbot student support services that universities are starting to roll out. One great example that was included in the Horizon report was actually with Griffith University in Australia. They have rolled out what they call the SAM chatbot for student support. With the SAM chatbot, students can receive support anywhere from library services all the way down to questions about registration or just commonly asked questions that this chatbot can answer for them. And it provides, 24/7 student support, which is really important in today's world where we are, leaning in more into a blended and online environment. Students are learning, all day, every day, all throughout the year. So for students to have access to a resource like the SAM chatbot where they can ask questions and receive support for services that they need 24/7 when the university's closed, this is amazing for students and probably staff alike. Also, universities can utilize these chatbot services to receive feedback from students about the courses that they're taking. I know personally this year I've noticed since I started this program that Athens State has actually started sending out automated messages. I get them, asking me how I'm doing in the semester. Do I need help? Providing me with, resources or phone numbers or individuals that I can contact to ask for help with certain things if I'm having trouble. They're also, asking me how I feel about the university handling X, Y, or Z. They're using it to receive feedback. So this is something I feel like it's probably a little slow moving, but it's making its way into higher education, and I think that 24/7 student support is just enough of a reason on its own to start utilizing artificial intelligence. Next, we've got open educational resources. This is basically any kind of materials for teaching and learning that are freely accessible. They can be used, edited, shared between students, between educators. This is a great way for students to collaborate with each other, for educators to collaborate with each other. You're opening this opportunity to receive ideas and share information from people globally, not just people within your bubble. One of the great things about this is that there's, no purchasing fees, no subscriptions. You're saving students and educators money by utilizing these open educational resources. I will say that, honestly, before I read the Horizon report the other day, I had never heard to, those things referred to as OER or open educational resources. So I think there is a lack of information about these opportunities, and it's such a shame because this is a great way for students to access learning materials, for educators to access curriculum content materials. And the Horizon expert panel for the report, they considered this was the low cost. This was a high learning impact piece. It really supports equity and inclusion because it cuts out these fees. It cuts out the cost of a textbook potentially, which oftentimes statistically can deter students from either purchasing a textbook they need for a course or they'll drop the class altogether based on the fees that come along with that course. There's a great example from the Horizon report of the University of Minnesota creating what they call the Open Textbook Library. And this provides students and faculty with over 700 peer-reviewed titles with no cost, no fees, no purchasing fees. And this is an amazing resource for students, especially when you're looking at research classes and things like that, to have that access provided to you by the university for over 700 peer-reviewed titles. Amazing resource. I really hope that we can see this just take off and infiltrate higher ed. I think it's an amazing, low cost, high impact resource. Next is extended reality. When I first saw this, the first thing that comes to mind for me is the video games with the headsets, the virtual reality headsets. But extended reality has a couple of different aspects. I'm going to focus on VR, but it's a way to provide a mix of physical and virtual or fully virtual environments for students. This, idea of virtual reality, it's a way for students to potentially experience things that they might not otherwise get to experience. In the Horizon report, they offered an excellent example of how this can be utilized. The University of Waterloo set up a VR 360 field trip for students with physical disabilities who were unable to attend the actual field trip where there was a 2-mile hike. So even the students who weren't physically able to go on the field trip and do the hike were still able to experience that field trip through virtual reality. So that was amazing. Um, great support technology for students with disabilities. And I've actually included a short video here of how a university is utilizing virtual technology. So we will check that out right now. Thank you very much for viewing my presentation on technology trends in higher education.